If you're drowning in debt and just don't know where to turn, help is available. Attorney Diana Long will help you get your financial situation resolved.
I'm Attorney Diana Long. I'm dedicated to helping hardworking folks just like you. Bankruptcy protection can help you get your financial life back in order, and I can show you how. If you're ready to stop the harassing phone calls and letters, I can help. Call me in Columbia at 442-8123 to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Monday, October the 3rd, 2011. We've got one topic today, and that is a subject that is going to affect or has affected each one of us. It will at one time of our life, and that is Alzheimer's, whether we're dealing with it ourselves or someone in our family or a friend of ours is dealing with Alzheimer's. We have Ashley Burton. Welcome to Radio Friends, Ashley. It's been a long time since you've been here, and I'm glad you're back once again.
Long.
Yeah. We've got several things to talk about with the Alzheimer's Association. A week from yesterday is a very special event and a big fundraiser for Alzheimer's Association, right?
Yes. Walk to End Alzheimer's is the nation's leading fundraiser for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. So we'll be there Sunday,
Yeah, you
October
will.
9th.
In fact, if you want to make a donation to Ashley, she'd be more than welcome. You're going to be walking yourself, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
How many folks in Central Missouri are participating in this?
Well, we have walks all over Central Missouri. So we've already had our Sedalia, Jeff City, Macon walks. They've been very successful. And Columbia kind of brings up the rear, and it's where a lot of our efforts culminate because it's our largest crowd. We're expecting about 500 people.
That's pretty good.
At this event, very large.
That's pretty good. So if people want to help out, or if they want to walk, is it too late to register to walk?
Not at all, not at all. This would be a great time to go to alz.org/walk, get yourself registered, and the minimum to get a t-shirt is $100 raised. That doesn't mean $100 donated. So you ask 10 of your friends for $10, bam,
You got a
$100.
t-shirt. Okay, you got a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But so if you want to be in the walk, you can go to the website, sign up now. What's the latest that you can sign up to actually participate?
Well, I'm not sure if there's a specific deadline, but I would definitely convince people to go. The sooner the better.
Okay. Now, how much money are you hoping this entire fundraising event will bring in?
Well, a lot. We're hoping to generate more than $60,000 here in Columbia, and we'll do it.
$60,000 in Columbia alone.
Yeah.
So nationwide, you're talking about millions of dollars.
Millions, and we use that money to provide these services nationwide to people all over the country.
Yeah. Talk about some of the services that are available.
Well, the Alzheimer's Association really is there in the care and support realm. So we do this through a variety of ways. We have a 24-hour helpline where people can reach us any hour of the day, holidays, middle of the night, when issues come up and they need to discuss them with a care consultant. We have very highly qualified people on staff.
24 hours a day?
24 hours a day.
You know, that is so comforting to know, because when you are dealing or a caretaker, someone who has Alzheimer's, and I know several people who have been caretakers. You feel like at times you feel like you're alone. You don't know where to turn to. But the fact there is a hotline that they can call 24 hours a day, and someone who knows what they're talking about is there to help you out.
And when you call, they're going to connect you with a variety of programs. For safety, we have a program called Medical Alert Safe Return. Helps people get home safely if they wander and get lost, which is a very common symptom of Alzheimer's disease. We have Comfort Zone, which is a new GPS tracking system, again, for the wandering. We have support groups all over.
How does that work?
Comfort Zone.
Yeah, how does that work? Is the person dealing with Alzheimer's wearing a medallion?
Well, the way it works most often is it's connected to a cell phone. So if you have a person with Alzheimer's disease who's in the habit of carrying a cell phone, it works perfectly. And you can add the GPS technology to their cell phone, then the caregiver can establish parameters and then get text and email alerts based on those parameters. So, for example, if the person with Alzheimer's were to wander beyond the limits of that zone, caregiver would get a notice of the location. They could go get their loved one, bring them back home safely.
Oh, that's a good...
It's very effective for the tech-savvy caregiver.
Okay. Now, what else as far as any new advancements? We were talking just a little bit about that before we went on. You said there was one study you could bring up.
Well, there's a study that was just released about the our increased understanding of the connection between diabetes and Alzheimer's disease. We've known statistically for a while that there was a correlation, and another study has now just recently come out that is, again, underscoring that relationship. And we're still learning why. But one thing we know for sure is that people with heart disease, diabetes, and stroke are more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease than those without.
Why?
Well, I think there's a variety of reasons, particularly with the heart disease and stroke. You're talking a constriction of oxygen that's getting to the brain through the blood vessels because of the constricted vessels. And as that happens over a long period of time, maybe a decade, maybe more, you're really looking at just less oxygen to the brain. It's a theory about why could be a correlation, and we're working to find out if that's true.
Well, you sound like a doctor. You sound like a doctor. You know what you're talking about. The other thing we were discussing before we went on was the fact that it really helps to keep our mind active as we grow older. We don't want to just sit in a chair and rock back and forth. Interaction with other people, right? Working those crossword puzzles, and what's that one game that I can't pronounce the name?
Sudoku.
Sudoku. I call it Suzuki. Sudoku. And that works the brains and gets the neurons moving, right?
You know, if I ask you to name for me someone who's an older person who is still very sharp, you would probably describe for me someone who's active in their community, has a lot of social connections, gets out, doesn't sit, not a couch potato type. And we're trying to find out, why is that true and not just a coincidence? When you look at large population data, you're finding, like I said earlier, with the heart disease, diabetes, and stroke, if you add that to a person with few social connections and people who don't do a lot of active things with their brain, there's a higher incidence of Alzheimer's disease. And until we find out why, we can take control of those things. Let me throw in just real quick that we do have genetics as a part of that. So everything I just named is great, but you cannot change the genetic hand that you've been dealt. So we can only take control of those things that we have control of.
Research is so important, and it takes money for research. There's a big fundraiser coming up a week from yesterday. It's the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Ashley is walking in this, as are many other people in Central Missouri.
And they'll, I hope you'll join us, Stevens Lake Park. Registration's at 11, walk is at 1 p.m. We also are doing a 5K, so for the runners out there, they should get online today and sign up for that 5K. Register for that. We're going to have a petting zoo, snacks, lots of fun. I promise it'll be a good time. 11 a.m. is the registration.
All right, that'll be next Sunday, October the 9th. And if people want more information, what's the phone number for the Alzheimer's Association?
800-272-3900.
Okay. Ashley Burden, thank you so much. And best of luck with the walk next week.
And you know what, Paul?
What?
Happy birthday.
Oh. It is today, isn't it? It is. 66 today. It doesn't seem possible. Tomorrow, Maple's Rep is on our show. So we're out of time for today, 66 years old.
Happy birthday to you.
Thanks. Our show directed by Travis McMillan of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Kyle Felling, filling in for Pat Akers. Our floor director is Austin Fack, and our assistant producer, guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. To watch this program again or listen, go to kbia.org and click on Radio Friends. Bye-bye.